for the dance here, Chamo Christo yesterday, Macedan Council Yankopon, sentence will be quite my say, Yankopon Samoa, or the boss soon as I say, man, Famias from Genoans and family bill. 7-day Pentecostal Assemblies Asafo, ya Ishim Ewo Fiase, Lake Road, and a Radiaqua Elder Enoch Ofori Jnr. Yawda Safiano, or some of the prayer what to send redemptive truth. No cry again, Quano. What would tea and Sempano, now Chichemono, then twice also a net or the Ebroway. Mrs. Abri Wafa Conco, Wafa pen, and no book. The Obeka be a washroom set aside na Yakopan Samayan frame, and only a summer tea Benyan Quaje. Tis a only tea and Sempa Elder Enoch Ofori Jnr. or the brow and a day. Na ebeyen couldn't be any shramau every.
And apparently, if you decide not to sell to him, you don't know what you want to do with what you have. So you be forced to sell. Now the other who will say, what the end of time? So okay, one or the man won't pay into 1 year. I didn't wouldn't do it in the eye. Yes, so the Torah the Tamano at the price he deserves. Very low. The movie of the mom, a put that from powers who will be eyes all the man. And so you go down economically and you go back begging for aid, and then when you want aid from him, he said these are the conditions attached. It's a basa, and my sick as some call from near what's saying. You won't say, yes, I be a Saturday, yes, I was so some a time mercy. Ye coco pen one or Cassandra, see a bed one dia, and say that we need so baby sudia and your one open at the memo. And so natural just details that. If I have worked for something, I want to sell it, I have the right to price it. You can't negotiate with me for a reduced price. Now they can me say, me I made the money I made tono. Me I made the word to say, I didn't know money. Well, I want on the old permit so will be at so. I made a pass my two swam of sea. So I'm not getting it. And because they are so smart, they form organizations, wage organizations, other organizations dedicated to fair trade. But then who are the members? Who are the people behind those organizations? They are the same people. Now so any tier quite already are the say, oh, I want to call also World Trade Organization. You see, we are saying that a good year cool. There's a cool one, and before the cool, I know what said I am here for. Like the United Nations, let us form an organization of all nations so that we shall deal with each other and stop wars and promote peace. Then they create the Security Council. I can say I'm a Kuba here for United Nations. Omakachi we are serious or maybe I make a home and Omakabu Matiku. Tiviasia may in Article here for United Nations. No may a man be says I want to be a bamboso. Here for the UN Security Council. They will need a Security Council. They create permanent 5 members. Each of them have veto power. They can scatter all the plans of the world. Now, some men are here on some level. Yes, about more solo. No more say ye, a my makumakum. Say more dear, more ye, a maya, yes, some more. A maya can the open this work a clan, yes, on the full flabber. No more some men who dear, more so da. Say the assembly bar. Now you're too so about Namu Pressoa, Bakupekwe, Tiamua. I didn't see now to find your money about to go. A young cannot mess with clay. You know, say that day ain't not here intimate from you. And so they'll tell you ideologically, theoretically, all the issues are equal, but in practice, it's not true. Until Omeka, actually, so, or maybe in shell, or maybe now I pay. There's so heavy a year tomorrow for more anti-sad. And so Ghana goes to Parliament and they make a law that we don't want this abomination in our society, where men sleep with men, women with men. We make laws against. And then they speak, if you sign this law, you don't have our support, not have our aid. And the whole nation is quiet. And see, Ghana, Brasam, you're moving to our trust. Ne akwaya mrasa ye memo ade ye mpre mo ba ware oba be ma ne be ma na nipa ne se de abo anda ye mra wi no na abrofo na be ka kire se mo ti samra we tu a bo pie no be ma mo omka sa ya ka no atum Ghana me yi na yiti. And what is nice crippling our economy is that the industries that we have, they are not able to get market for goods in the nation because of competition from Europe and other places. na the man assembly will say, and near my hair, no Ghana Hano, and I owe Ghana Hano. Yentiminya ega ema atofo ntonha ebise wo ade na wo ye na no obi akoye bi fi Europe China ne ade de ma ono ne de ne ye papa che obi kura so ane bo se fo che o ti wo de na ye ne ha no unya atofo. It's an economic truth that if you get a wider market for your product, the way to produce more and sell at a cheaper price. Na obi a wasua sikasem economics bi bia kakra ne bi se sabe bia me ye ni bebre a bitimete bo no so ade a metima ye be ye apem ebo a me be je no se wo ye edu pa wo de edu no wi ba ko a ne bo den ba me ma ye be ye apem no metimi ate so e de aje fofofo so me moka. Here's the case where indigenous industries and companies struggle to even get a small share of the market in their own nation for their products. Na here say asema ye kai obi abie efididwuma bi wo Ghana ha ono ne memu kura no so onye nipa mo mato kakra ma no ha no ede ibi se obi akofa me me bi firi ba bi aba ya ho ne ayi ne bebrede efo no de amama de ono ye ne de wa ha no ujatofo. So what the authorities need to do is to put in measures to limit imports of said goods so that people will buy more of what is locally produced. Tidia before men also me and say omo say ya say ade bi e me Ghana ha no e be mo bi akra di kura ba de we be be kakra bi say be ya de ono ye no Ghana ha no ne de no obenya tofo. President Ofori attempted to do this but it was reverse. Ma be na da Ofori bo mo de so be sa de ne so e chi omo da ne ani. When he was in power, 95% of the Ghanaian market had their supply of poultry for local farmers. Na ebra na odi mampani no ohwe enkoko kusua ne ade e wo Ghana ha dodo no ade o mo pa bi okro no de na ye Ghana he ya ade e na yesa oto. Oh, that was before he came in the year 1992. Sound over Bano, I feel about but by the year 2021, the market share of the local poultry producers had dwindled to 11%. Now, I do a few people in the now, feed the poultry cocoa near Deno. Wow, you be Ghana Hano. More dear, how much pay do Bacope and yet told the Akina Ekra. And so the parliament and the government of the president, Kofo, they passed a law restraining unbridled poultry imports in 2005. Inti omo ye mra fimpi minune na ise yentimi ntawo so obi kofa akoko foods free baby mra ye mo bia ankra di ma bebre sa bio. But the government was forced to cancel the law the following week, the very next week. Then so abale ye ma ni na otwe kra na bofu say hey mra be na wo ye no o wa wi ya de beto nye na abaye twa. Because the surplus chicken left over Europe is meant for the African market. If you say, and go on my own butcher, the Akano, our entering in. Why the Evangomano? A year before there's on the brain area. Some have been in the fridge for 1 month. 1 month is even short. 6 months, close to a year. And they know that Africans, they even love the parts, the wings, and the legs, and the inners, and other parts. So they package everything for the African market. To the disadvantage of the local poultry farmers. If you say, yeah, before no, I will follow the end of my year, woman. The Akano, our day brain, if you are cooking on the night, the coal, the sweat. Any idea that no ye hana ye pawe dada di ye mwade na omu pie ni na no be abre. But in fact it's not healthy, you know it. Na no kure omu ni se o ye se de kokomoi egu fridge ni be abosumi nsia ne kwa afi na enye many papo meden se obere sa akufusu. You dare touch it and they will come after you. Hey, if you do that, you won't get any aid from us again. So ya baby na kasa debi me mpene mo mfa ma kasa yi so yes and you would be anywhere the mobile.
That means our intercessors will never get on their own 2 feet.
Let's just say yeah, if you do man and you might be in Ghana had it be anywhere between me as original and also that
our nations in Africa are in competition, the reference, even if they laugh in our face and say they are friends, they are in competition with us.
Look what I say, every brother, you know, the little Pamine na AC Akai. So the Siamo search our crown or Srinanoqua. If it's only you, my way and honor, and no idea what AC Akai.
The goods they produce are meant to be sold, are meant to be bought by people, and they won't allow you on the street to go to a level where you compete with them on equal footing. No.
Omo Fidima, my own man, never Moyano. I was going to be told, Mano. It don't put him out the hour, be a woman. Ain't me yakasi, and no one only the enemy, then not the Siakai.
And the prophecy should keep ringing in our ears. And this shall come from afar and shall eat the fruit of your land until he destroys you. So you shouldn't expect to get any benefit.
There was a sir and comes away. A Casadija way assume say, or one be free a chichiaba. Na and the pair was assassino, or what be do was assassin Japadina, or pim say, or best say, what Tinisi idea say, the repay be free more by.
And now with independence and neocolonialism at the same time, the control of economic resources and management by foreign powers. What happened to independence?
This is say nya fa hodie na ye fa hodie chi abroforo memu e na omubuso a say de yenye e be fa ye pade na fofofo de bisa say fa hodie nya ye no e so fa Sunday
you independent and so what
yeah fa hodie today
the value is almost the same
at the chrono that they are beyond sign.
So we read Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 30. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them.
The kind Deuteronomy it's here do no watch. It's a more do me sana. Osena Radinyakopo, Saudi Radikuti Radinyakopo Ransem, I receive this will be this wire. And yet Radidu be it na Unyabia, Robert na umre ase edda.
And so if you obey the commandments of your God, you shall be the head. So the inverse is also true. The implication is that if you don't obey him, you shall be the tail.
Until you listen within the man so obey it na unyabia. Ya da no so ya de kro. So when Yakobo man so obey it na unyitri.
And because slave trade has happened, colonialism has happened, it tells us that we didn't obey, so we are the tail, not the head.
Na isa nse nkwato ebe mu na abrofo be di yeso eno so abamu ntino bia tse se yentini ankoyitire yekuyedua.
If we are not the tail just at the United Nations or in a foreign country, we are also the tail in our own nation. This is the other part.
If we are saying me na akusia masaku bata United Nations so ya yedua omu na yitire na ye shase. Recently,
I watched a Chinese man angry fighting a Ghanaian man because the man, in the course of work, had taken a rest to eat food. He said, no, I'm paying you. He wanted even to beat up the Ghanaian man in his own country. And if he had beaten him up, and the man had even reported to a police station. How do I come up with this case?
Now say me a video be but China ni bi abaha na wafa bibini bi a ono ne yedwuma bibini na bre na okotro da bi kakra o pe bibi kakra kana no China ni ba ya obo no ani bo de ade no ja akotase so ko ye adwuma a o so obo no kra so obo no so ye ne dey o so do ko police egusi aga
the police station you the native the citizen you are the tail.
This is an obvious truth. You all know it.
Because you read in Deuteronomy 28 28 verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
If he said, you can't determine it here, you know what you will do me a son. Also, all man, or no costro, now West Sanya Bafom, or no be a tree, not why dear, or wow man.
You will see good in the very last verse, 28 verse 44. The stranger that is within thee shall get up, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Okay, it's a word, you are also all one other town man, or no better wadi, just a rubber was no. Now, who do you be a day? Everyone was here. Or no mobility, now why you there? So this that's only unique to Africa. It's unique to Africa because you can't find any other place where the stranger, not just one stranger, but the strangers, a class of strangers, occupy the high positions in society. The way they are, who would we ask the Bianca Bibi? So, yes, I back home. I will be about that time where Mono was so, no more me Kuma this year, no more from. And even the society accepts as such. Now, Opa knows I say, you sir, so Mono was so near for Bonita here. They will buy, they will be doing this, they will be doing that. Maybe I do say, or Mono was so. So this is not normal. It's only the scripture that makes us understand. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Where poverty will grip the native African Hebrew in his own land, the foreigner is missed, will control the means of wealth. Or say, a brown here who go back will be being Hebrew one assassin. They are not just ordinary entrepreneurs. They control the means of wealth, money. Now, Omoye Abrofosebia, Okutabie Trebi Keke no Obade Biegmebio. Ejapadia was a similar year to no, there wasn't to me. Quite a person would to know, said your person will be. And so, take wealth from your own country back to his country, and you go back to him for loans and aid. Inti oba o menwa na wo ja pade anya me dia ma wo no o fa mi na akọ ne memu na wo sa akọ no ho se wo kire nti o ma wo sia. For some African governments, when they think of development, all they think is about foreign investors. Say oba di memu a ye bi bra ma wo mpani fo bebre na no so mo dire kwaya di ma betumpon a ade e mo wo timu ane say this broni fi baby no be bia djuma wa. So the foreign ministers of the economy, they go abroad on investment hunt. They want investors from abroad to invest in their nation. And whatever deal you make with us, you don't care, just come. The MI so for her among some so, and over again is so. Omoka I do not tell one several in Whiska. Over the Sikam get to the Marabe Biedmo Ghana. So, I'm one again, so the boy, so no good in a double basis, in your audio, Mumma, Famra, a double woman, Jumana, you know, tax holidays, all sorts of exemptions. I don't know why you may feel me present to Atubia, so be a drawer empty. Meanwhile, we have the African diaspora, some of whom are also doing very well. They could put them and come and invest in their own, among their own people. They don't. Yes, so be mine. You will be almost so to Matako Trabuchi. Only year before this year, you know, Kasa. Ometimia can we get trouble? No more be Umunuma or Hanu free. I'm a man to bone. But sometimes even the problem is that when these people come in because they are black like us, they are not accorded the respect as is given to the white people. Now, Ben, you how will say? So be any patuntum, be maybe no account some with Secra Bobra. Now, when you be a couple to be a draw, or by all your really feature, you know, a woody and media, so above for so will be now will be a marker or move you cry. And so today we are independent, but we are not free. In the end, say that and so you may hope. We are not free economically. We are still a borrower, beggar nation, whereas we are very, very rich.
Yeye Omaya, that's what Bosia. Nesrade or Branca at the force.
To the point where we are threatened by the European powers that if you operationalize your own law, which you have signed, which you have made for yourself, we shall cut off all aid.
Now, Yaya could say, Yea, I am bra, Yatsos Yaya Memuno, about fully for American to be cut say. Se modem rani ye juma and you would be a sato said Mamma.
You have been threatened against practicing our own culture.
You will say I am Americano in Juma.
So they are imposing cultural imperialism on Africans.
And they say your boy and they say, oh no, not in the mamma, what's so a mamre also the Bobrao mem.
There's also another aspect of Bible prophecy that will happen accordingly.
When so your Bible comes self-phobia,
because all nations will come under the rule of the composite beast.
If you say, baby, no, we are seeing a buana or tosonaya is so good be breading one flower mono. I mean,
they impose on all nations a one-world religion and one-world government.
Almost we are seeing say. Yemi Sumba Quechi, we are seeing us so a Bible in the video so
one word economy.
We are seeing us so and
a subset of religion is culture.
Now a sum and I am a sum never baby a amamre.
And so Nebuchadnezzar said that at the blowing of the trumpets and the horns and the musical instruments, all nations should bow before the golden image he has set up.
Join the Nebuchadnezzar can say. Se mo ti se ya bo tutubento se nkuo ni atentebenya wiase amen nyina nkoto no mo sori sika honi a mayesi wo no.
He was a Roman emperor. Whether you are a Jew, whether you are from Persia, whether you are from Assyria, whether you are from Turkey, wherever you come from Arabia, so long as you are under my rule, bow.
Na no de kaneza yo hino di wiase nyina so di so ye Jew ni so free Persia so free he say us free he krano me this guy who near no there me so bia ankoto no.
So a time is coming when your culture doesn't matter. They don't care. If your culture is against homosexuality, so what? It's not about your culture, it's what we are saying.
The baby ba said ya wo me wo amamre ka kire wo no enya no ne hia se wo amamre kire se sebe wo me mu de oba ntimi no oba na dem ntimi na je wo fa ho ben.
It's about the beast from the sea, with the mouth of a lion, with the body of a leopard, with the legs of a bear. That's what it's about. It's not about your culture.
It's a free a sorry. Yeah, no, Sejata. Na we dear no, it is a Sibo. Man, and answer the man, or the no canoe.
That's why we shall need men like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to stand up for the truth and for God.
And Untina, you be here, and remember to say Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Hallelujah. So far, this has been a lot of Africa. Even though we have had independence, we are not free, we are still suffering from the consequences of disobedience to our covenant with God.
Nti baby abedri de ato bibi mai eno no yenya fa hodie die na nso nya fa hodie enam asode a yetie Yakopon emeranti.
If even on your own land you occupy a low position in life, how about when you travel abroad as an African?
Na if you say yetie memu akra no ya yankoa ama abrofo na eba na ene wow sa ho ni na de call really ni memu a how dey to say
as a pastor, one of the frequent prayer requests that I have is, Pastor, pray for me to get papers because they want to deport me.
Na le so fui ade a paibo pa amanfo free mo pa ba ko se Ghana ne na bibi ni akotra brochi professor bompa e ma me o abofo person mo sa bombe return is at the say me nya me krata meeting the atso memo.
He doesn't want to come to this hell that we are living in.
Obese person giant dem wo memo obesa baby.
Even though things are not better as the white living there, but it's better to him. than to come here.
Empo, say, oh, you be near Satan or the Tiabuchi. And your papa, there's one of the two I had the other day, or Peno, and no chance or Tigana.
So there are some people who are using the documents of other people, maybe some other Africans, and they charge them because the pay will go to that man's or that woman's account.
Dear, what you for cut? Or what trouble to Yan and Krata or the Eduma? It didn't really be need one or any papers, and Krata man or the Eduma. It is car waiting one, and now will be say, who think that I have your car? A cotton or not for two, and I will always repeat the amount.
You must always remember that man's name or that woman's name.
Now, so will be got a year more, which is what. Or said there be any part of the cat a crowd, or kind of dean. They said it didn't timber.
There's a brother, when he was in Ghana, he used to come to church. I know his name, he's a Santima. So one day he sent me a document and there was Abdullah added. I was, how come?
Sorry. Now, I have something I mean, Santi, and in the Dina. I've been back when they cracked every bremy. Queen Katana, Abdullah, kind of. As well as the reference Abdullah. So I remembered, oh, he's using that man's papers. Otherwise, it's a time could drop with you, will be cut out the Edman, the public rat or the Edman, Abdullah. Yes, I'll bring the Edman. So if you are using a fake name, fake documents, how can you have peace within even yourself? What's your would say? Ubidi Nadia, you would think. Ubi cut out the Edman. One I'm crying to overdo. As to your power, that's what say. You put in the crown, why you can't hold it to me. Recently, the president of the anti-gay passed by Parliament. Some Ghanaians have taken advantage in secret recess, saying that they are being persecuted by their parents and their society, so they should grant them asylum. And they have gotten the asylum. But they are not actual gays, they are not. And so sometimes they offer them surprise visit to know whether actually you are a member of the now say Ghana Masoja for you say young prima man Ghana for person to quino after some no say ye de no be connection now oye nkata now akaso meti Ghana na sebe ye bema me ne yonko be bi na ewo ho we oba so me ne oba na edanti obusuafo ne aba mo tata menti mo ma na salam chesa salam me chese o man ya wotimi nya wo ebechew ana ebeku ebe ye obi ebebo nti no o man na wo kom no ma oba bi sie na o man na jew bi ama o krata no abetew na esa sa ade no wonye oba no oba na wo ye be man be mara nti no abofo no mo jew sa trawa o wa o tu ba ofie be ne se ampa ade na wo ka no sa na wo ye ade no so nya bi utwa antro na onya krata kekekoe. When they pay the surprise visit, then they ask your partner, what happened? How the relationship, your intimacy, everything. And if you're not part of it, you'll be exposed. The almost Rausa, Nani Power tell say Yonko Bema and our Nedano, and our Yonko Bana Nedano. Number of Rasa says, oh, okay, they a comment of Siano, Namumi and Ukra, saying a Montema. I didn't win me, wouldn't you be that? To all the answers, some of the Lobos are sort of the CIA. You need to move some bois. Yes, I didn't be that way. And so you always feel uneasy. The answer they be out to I am so under pressure. That will be so tense. Because don't know what will happen to you next. And we say, we need a day never told. So
said Sunya Bre. Now T and Sempa, Radia Qua Elder Enoch Ofori Jnr. Yeah, that 7-day Pentecostal Assemblies or day every war. So Semi Akawakuma, wait me out here in the chat. Na bibi a wonte ase fa won kwagye ho no so rade akwa no edin kita ho se na edi kan aka no asafo ye hiem ewo feye ase Lake Road so free stress so na usane aba feye ase a do amunu Kumasi no ewo atonsu kwan a edi ko lake no so o stress so na wo ba feye ase a Musa Hotel Junction kan obi abefro no Musi Hotel Junction a na wa mane afa e kwan no sabonkum school bi ho ye friend Solid Pope School tra ehona safuye asoe wo memenda bia ne hia eso mfiri anopa nonkron ede kro ukuada bia ye mpaebo ekopem se ade bechi ya wada ahoache no sawonti bibia se a telephone numbers no screen so 0244 235015 0244 235015 afei 0207499933 bu bia be frɛ bia no besi awurade akɔe so asɛm no yɛntɔn enwoma pii hɔ a Nyankopɔn na no so atwerɛ a wobɛtumi anya bi akenkan sɛ bɛyɛ ankwagye nso betumi adi emu sɛ Kumasi feyi ase ɛda nkyɛn a yɛwɔ nkrabata bebree woba asante mantemu a yɛ obi wɔ asante dwaben asante afigya ase ebi ɛwɔ bonwure ebi wɔ asante akyem agogo ebi ɛwɔ ebuakwa ebi enso ɛwɔ nkrohodo bebree so yɛ ka ho ya ho so asafo yɛ hyia mu hɔ sɛ wokɔ enkramantemu a yɛbi wɔ Macedonia ana sɛ udu sapema Macedonia prayer camp obusa 7-day Pentecostal obi abɛkyerɛw udu amo kasoa ho so asafo nkrabata ndi hɔ wokɔ Volta region yɛ obi ɛwɔ hɔhɔe yɛ obi wɔ Tapamanfro bi ɛbɛ aboto ase ebi wɔ Chebi ɛna afei bi nso Fodomi wokɔ Western region atoyɛ mantemu atakrade yɛ obi wɔ hɔ udu takrade abusa hwendo obi abɛkyerɛw bi a 7-day Pentecostal wɔ uba Presia Bondai so Bondai be Presia also asafo nkrabata bi Western North nso obaabia ni abofrem afei uba Central region atwefo praso ahonso nkrabata ni bi ho uba Eastern region ego achem achease achem esubua ena ape gomua boase saamie nyina nso asafo nkrabata no bi ewo ho se obesen kɔ bono mantemu a ye obi enso ewo konsia ye be wanchi ebi wo seketia ena afei ebi nso bedu techimai ye Western also ye bono isin so bi ho afei so ko brekum nso a asafo no nkrabata bi ho a ho so betemi asafo ho nso asom edinkita ho ba bia se medical aka no free telephone number no so na ba bia wo no busa betima kyerɛw asafo so kyerɛ kwan na ne edinkita ho eden sempai bro